Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Xavier versus Marquette college basketball matchup on Saturday, March the 9th, 2024. If you like all the free picks we do at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have products meant for people who make big bets, people with big bankrolls looking for one-on-one style service. We have these products, they're just not available on the website. So to get these, you got to text the number you see on the screen. So if you make big bets like I do, text that number. Let's get to this one. Big East college basketball action. Xavier taking on Marquette. Of course, it is the final game of the regular season for both these teams. Xavier 15-15 on the year, 11-6 at home. A little bit of a disappointing year here for Sean Miller, who was expecting to get Xavier back to the NCAA tournament. Now, of course, the only way that's going to happen is to win the Big East tournament, and that's going to be a pretty tough sledding. But not out of the realm of possibilities. I mean, I think anything's going to be possible in that Big East tournament. But in order to do it, well, Marquette is just one of the pieces of the puzzle. Of course, Marquette, the Golden Eagles, have been ranked in the top 10 the better part of the season, 22-8 coming into this one. They are 6-5 straight up on the road and 5-6 against the number on the road. Also 7-3 straight up in their last 10 games. But the last time we saw them was not a pretty finish. They lost to UConn 74-67. Got to say the game wasn't really even as close as that score. That was back-to-back losses for Marquette, as they had lost at Creighton prior to that home game against UConn on what was senior night for Marquette. Meanwhile, when these teams met back on February 25th, it was Marquette at home thrashing Xavier by 24 points, 88-64. If it was a fight, they would have stopped it. Marquette was an 11.5-point favorite in that game. But when we look at Xavier and what they've done recently, coming off of that loss at Butler, they had those back-to-back wins against the bottom teams in the Big East, Georgetown and DePaul. But then, it's that loss against Marquette that we already talked about. Providence, Seton Hall, Creighton, all losses. Wins against Villanova, DePaul, St. John. So, when it's come to playing the better teams in the Big East, Xavier hasn't necessarily been there since the end of January. When we look at why a lot of this is taking place, Marquette under Shaka Smart, of course, just very, very efficient offensively, 27th best in shooting percentage, 35.4% from beyond the three-point arc. Sean Miller's team, Xavier, playing some solid defense, but not great, just good enough. And I think that's the difference, is that if you're not going to be, one of the top offensive teams like the way Marquette is, you got to really play defense. And while Xavier's decent offensively, they're not good enough. They do hit their free throws at about 74%. Marquette's defense, is surprisingly vulnerable, for a Shaka Smart team. The thing is, I think Xavier also better on the boards. The first game was, the first game was not close. This one, the spread is a lot tighter than it was for that first game. I think the odds makers are just trying to maybe get some action here on Marquette. People thinking they might have an easy winner. I don't think so. I'm going to take Xavier, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.